Hello and welcome to the Literary Lori YouTube channel. My name is Lori L. Tharps, aka Literary Lori, and this is my channel where I am documenting my journey going from being a journalist and nonfiction writer in the United States to being a novelist in the south of Spain and trying to live a global literary life. So I wanted to document this experience, and I hope some of you might want to come along for the ride. And let me just give you a little backstory so this has more context. I've known I wanted to be a writer my entire life. My mother bought me an antique Remington typewriter, which is actually sitting right there, when I was 8 years old. And ever since then, I've known I wanted to be a novelist. I had this vision for myself, for my life, that I was gonna have this globe-trotting storytelling life, something like kind of based loosely off of Josephine Baker's life, only I would be a writer instead of a dancer. Even her adopting 12 children from different parts of the world sounded like really appealing to me. So I had this vision for myself, but life, fear, having 3 kids, it all kind of a record scratch changed what it was going to look like for me. I still became a writer, but I became a journalist, and I did work for some incredible magazines like Vibe, Essence, Glamour. I saw my byline in papers that I felt, really extremely proud about, the New York Times, the Washington Post. But there was always that dream, that vision that I had for myself since I was so young, just sitting in the background saying, what about, when are you ever going to make that happen? Flash forward to the pandemic. In 2021, my husband and I decided to move to Spain. My husband is from Spain. He just wanted to come home. I wanted an excuse to pursue that dream. And so we packed up everything we had. We quit our jobs. I had a tenured position at a really great university, but I was like, this dream, I want to see if I can make it happen. I want to be the kind of novelist that writes juicy book club fiction, right? The kind of stories that you just fall into, time passes, and you don't even know what happened. My first love was romance, right? I read romance novels like Nobody's Business. And then I got into more what we would call book club fiction, just women's fiction. Tyree Jones, Isabel Allende, Bernice McFadden, Terry McMillan. I mean, just if there was a good storyline and women were at the center, preferably women of color, I was there. And that's what I want to do now. I want to tell those kinds of stories. So here I am starting this channel so that I can document the experience. I have written a new novel. I am hoping that it gets published, but I have to think about things now, like the fact that I am not writing just for an American audience. I'm writing for a global audience. What does that mean? How do I think about my career in that way? How do I even think about going on a book tour when I live in Europe? There's so much to consider, and it's all super exciting, and it really feels like the vision that I had all those years ago. Now I just have to see how it unfolds. That's why I created this channel, so that other people could come along with me for the journey. Also, that I could share the things I'm learning, because I'm sure I'm not the only person, I'm not the only writer who is thinking about this type of transition, going from nonfiction to fiction. Also, the type of writers who are thinking about writing for a global audience, not just their local audience. And I also want to just share tips along the way that I've learned as a writer, not how to write, but more like how to love your writing life, how to stay engaged with your writing life, how to love your writing life. So if that sounds interesting to you, please subscribe, come back and check out how things are going, see what I'm up to, see if I have achieved that global literary life of my childhood dreams. Thank you for watching and subscribing. And if you have any questions about what I'm doing or how I'm trying to establish myself as a writer in Spain, leave them in the comments and I will try to answer them in another video. All right, see you in the next one.